So I think now it's time to start. Very warm welcome to everyone to join the online seminar, The Politics and Ethics of Educational Export. I'm today's host, Oshie Nishimura-Sahi, doctoral researcher, Tampere University, the Faculty of Education and Culture, a member of EduKnow research group. And also, I made a small contribution to the research project on EduPort Nippon or Japan with a report on Finnish educational exports. So from that project, I got this idea of the online seminar. Please let me briefly introduce today's timeline and practical issues before we start the actual seminar. Hopefully you can see the slide. Okay, great. So this is the timeline. After my talk, Nelli Piattoeva will have opening speech. And then the presentation one, about 40 minutes by Professor Taiko Okitsu from Ultima Women's University and Professor Keito Takayama from Kyoto University. And then we will have a short break. And after that, the presentation two by postdoctoral researcher Hena Yusora and doctoral researcher Kim Work. And at the end of the seminar, we will have this question and answer session, about 20 minutes. First, let me briefly introduce why I got this idea of this seminar. The Finnish education system has attracted much international interest through the prominent success in the OECD's PISA studies in the early 2000s. Ever since taking a need for Finnish lessons on the international education market as a business chance, various Finnish actors, such as government, education institutions, and commercial companies have united to grow its education export sector to become one of the great leading education-based economies. I have been puzzled by the market-oriented nature of Finnish educational export and the rather limited discussion on educational export in terms of its ethics in the policy and media discourses in Finland. So it was then a group of Japanese scholars, including Taiko-san and Keito-san, among others, invited me to make a contribution to their ministry commissioned research project on EduPort Nippon or Japan, which is a public-private nationwide initiative to introduce Japanese-style education overseas. So having read the final report of their research project that proposes a Japanese approach to EduPort that considers international educational cooperation as a mutual or relearning or toinanshi project, I started wondering how my Finnish colleagues would respond to the Japanese scholars' discussion. If there is a Japanese approach, what a Finnish approach to educational export could be. Is the sense of hesitance and humility in exporting education limited to Japanese actors also shared with Finnish actors? Comparative analysis of the ethics and politics of educational export would be very fruitful for educational researchers and practitioners in these different contexts, I thought. This is the reason why I organized this seminar and asked Japanese and Finnish scholars to share their research findings and perspectives to the future of educational export. The aim of this seminar is to offer a space where we can develop a transnational dialogue about the ethics of educational export over our context. Today, our speakers comparatively and critically examine the cases of educational export from the Japanese and Finnish perspectives. I hope their presentations and comparative discussions developed in the seminar encourage you to rethink the challenges and possibilities of educational export. So now I would like to ask Nelli to have an opening speech, please.
Thank you so much, Oshie. Thank you so much for thinking about this topic and for organizing this event, for bringing such brilliant scholars and wonderful audience together from many countries. So This is just a very brief welcome from me. Hello, everybody. My name is Nelli Piattoeva, and I am Associate Professor of Education at the Faculty of Education and Culture here in Finland at Tampere University. And I greet you also as a director of the Research Center on Transnationalism and Transformation, shortly Transit, which connects three faculties of our university, the Faculty of Education and Culture, the Faculty of Social Sciences, and the Faculty of Management and Business. The center brings together individuals and research groups with a shared interest in transnational processes, such as exchanges and interactions between policies, people, organizations, ideas, technologies, or resources, and their implications for societal transformations. In my view, the event today, organized jointly by Transit, the Global Education Office of the Graduate School of Education, Kyoto University, and the EduKnow Research Group at my faculty, is an excellent and unique occasion to engage in a rich conversation on a transnational process of rising urgency. Education is a key national policy of most governments in the world, where different worldviews and values meet and battle for dominance. It is also an instrument of multinational profit-making and geopolitics, and I'm sure we are going to hear more about it today. So as the speakers will examine in particular, it is an arena of complex transnational activity. To understand the latter, it is essential to invite into dialogue perspectives from different disciplines and scientific approaches, and also to examine the phenomena comparatively. And this is exactly what the event today is trying to do. In the center, we also emphasize the value of interdisciplinarity and international collaboration for research, as well as societal engagement. Importantly, we acknowledge that we live in a world where knowledge production is not an equal playing field, but is marked by inequalities and hierarchies between countries and institutions. The only way to address this unequal state of affairs is to deliberately and continuously re-examine the status quo, and also to construct arenas to facilitate new and rich encounters. And this is, in my view, exactly what is happening today with this event. So in many ways, this nice seminar today really helps to realize the spirit of transit, as I have tried to summarize earlier. So thank you in advance, dear participants, for being here from all over the world. And of course, my deepest words of gratitude go to the esteemed speakers and core organizers of the event, and also to the wonderful interpreters who will make sure that these knowledge exchange processes are equally transferred and transmitted across the borders, including also the linguistic borders. So now over to presenters, and please enjoy this event.
Thank you very much, Nelly. So please, Keita-san and Taika-san, floor is yours.